Hi guys, so today's tutorial is for 3 categories of people. Those who have never ever made a wig in their lives but would want to, those who have tried before but have failed countless times, and number 3, those who know how to do their wigs like the old traditional way of sewing it down with a needle and thread but don't have the time. If you fall into any of these categories, then this tutorial is for you. So if you are a beginner, sit down and let me show you guys how to make your own wigs at home by yourself, okay? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Luvs. The hair that I'll be using today is from Elfin hair, and they sent over 3 24 inches Burmese curly bundles and a 5x5 20 inches Burmese curly lace closure. I actually have a similar tutorial, however I used a lace frontal. So if you have a lace frontal, please go ahead and watch this tutorial. I'm going to put the link in the description box down below. But if all you have is a lace closure, then definitely keep on watching. So the first thing you want to do is secure your wig cap to your mannequin head with T-pins, and to make sure that your closure is placed perfectly, you want to kind of like bend the lace closure in half like so, and just kind of like put a mark in the middle and align the mark with the middle of the line on the wig cap like so. And this is just going to ensure that your lace closure is perfectly aligned with your wig cap. The next thing you want to do is secure the corners of your lace closure to your mannequin head like so. Once you're done securing your lace closure to your mannequin head, go ahead and sew down your lace closure to your wig cap like so. So as you guys can see, I'm done sewing my lace closure to my wig cap, and even not for the fact that I was actually recording, it would have taken me about 2 to 3 minutes. That's how fast this process is. It doesn't take time at all. The next thing you want to do is mark your wig cap. I can't stress this enough. You want to mark your wig cap to ensure that your bundles are evenly spaced. So I'm going to use like my measuring tape. This is just like a regular tailor's tape, and I'm going to go ahead and secure the tape to my wig cap like so and start marking. If you're using a hot glue gun, you want to make sure that the space between each line is 0.5 inches, and that's because we're going to be gluing down our tracks one track at a time. We are not going to be doubling the weft, okay? But if you intend to actually like sew down your bundles with a needle and thread, then make sure you leave like 1 inch spacing. So as you guys can see, I'm done marking my cap, and feel free to actually like take a screenshot of this area right here just so that you can recreate it while doing your wig by yourself at home. So now that I'm done marking the line, I'm going to start gluing down my tracks to my wig cap. And as you guys can see, I'm starting off by securing the very beginning of my weft. The next thing you want to do is go in with your glue sticks and a hot glue gun, okay? I got this hot glue gun from I think Amazon or AliExpress, I can't remember, but I'm going to put the link in the description box. I've had this glue gun, guys, since 2019. Like, I've had this glue gun for 6 years now. It's the truth. It was so inexpensive. I think it was about $5 or thereabouts. I can't remember, but it was so inexpensive. Once you apply the glue on the line on your wig cap, you want to immediately place the track on top of the line. Immediately. You don't want to waste time at all. Once you place your track on top of the line, please secure it with a T-pin and go over to the next line. And I promise you that by the time you're done gluing your track on the next line, the track on the previous line will be completely dry and strong. The thing is that it takes a couple of seconds for the glue to actually kind of like cool down and become very strong. One thing I didn't do was cut my tracks at the edge of my wig. If you want your wig to be completely flat, once you get to the end of each line, while the glue is still hot, bend the hair and pin it down. It will ensure that your edges will remain very flat. It won't be bulky at all. The only time I cut the weft was when I got to the area that was very close to the lace closure. This whole process should take you nothing more than 30 to 45 minutes, I promise you. Now this hair was full, it was beautiful. This hair did not shed. For those of you wondering how long will this last, guys, I have wigs that I have made for like 2-3 years and the glue is still in place. So this is not like your regular bonding glue that you use for your quick weave. This is actually a very strong type of glue and it will not move. So this is what the wig looks like, and I was so happy at this point. The next thing you want to do is go ahead and cut the portion of the wig cap that is underneath your lace closure like so. And once you do that, this is what the inside of your wig should look like. This is what the hair looks like with no products at all. Like, the hair was beautiful. It was just giving me like Diana Rose, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is sew down an elastic band to my wig cap just for like more security. And to do that, I just took my elastic band, placed it behind my ear and extended it from the back to the other ear. When I felt like the elastic was snug enough, I cut it off and sewed it down to my wig cap. If you attach your elastic band to your wig cap and you feel like the tension isn't as tight as you want it, feel free to like loosen up one of the ends, stretch the elastic band a bit more, sew it back again and you'll be good to go. I didn't sew down any wig combs to this hair. I just had just the elastic band and this hair fits perfectly, okay? But if you just want that extra security, feel free to actually sew down some wig combs and girl, you'll be good to go, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is define the curls, and to define your curls, guys, you don't need 1,000,001 products, I promise you. The only thing you need is water, conditioner and a good serum. I actually used my Tresemme conditioner. Like, Tresemme is just that girl when it comes to like defining the curls on any curly unit, okay? And I don't measure it, I just eyeball it. Once you're done with that, just allow the hair to air dry and you'll be good to go. So this was the next day and my hair was completely dry. I forgot to actually like show you guys what the wig looked like when it was dry, but you guys are going to see once I install it on my head. I went ahead and laid down my edges and just used this elastic band to hold down my edges until they were completely dry. I'm going to be wearing this wig without any form of like wig glue or holding spray, nothing. So the next thing you want to do is cut off your lace, and let me tell you something, this is 2025. If you're still cutting your lace in a straight line, girl, you're wrong. You want to make sure that you cut your lace in a zigzag pattern like so and you'll be good to go. So as you guys can see, I'm done cutting my lace, and after that I just went in with my CoverGirl Ebony Bronzer to darken the lace a little bit more. I went ahead with my hot comb to just kind of like flatten the front a little bit. I applied my hair serum and that was all. Like, making a wig isn't difficult at all. It is doable. I feel like the most important thing is marking your wig cap properly. Once you're able to mark your wig cap properly, just follow every single thing that I did in this video and you'll be good to go. The good thing is that in case you're tired of having it as a wig, you can actually just pull out your bundles. As I'm talking to you guys, I actually have this hair in as a sew-in. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I'm going to go ahead and put the link to this hair as well as every single product used in the description box. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, follow me on Instagram at luvs, and I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Till then, bye guys.